You have news. What is your news? Hi, Luna. Oh, really? That's okay. Okay. I can't wait to see this. Hello, Owl. Yeah, okay. I can't wait to see that crochet. That's going to be awesome, actually. Like, awesome, awesome. Yeah. Sorry, I'm hi, Saja. I can't wait to see that crochet. That's going to be awesome. Uh, I don't know if I can add that. We'll see what we can do. Yeah, put that there. The stars, at least. Oh yeah. Darn tootin', the hard way. I'm gonna ask. Has anybody seen this guy? Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. A couple other people have also went and reported John dipshit. So it's people like that that I can't figure out or understand, like, that are just that depressed in their own life that they just do shit like that. Like, what makes it, in what world does that kind of stuff, like the trolling like that, ever, you know, what does it give you? What benefit does it give you as a person? It's not an outlet. It's not even a positive outlet. It's like one of the most negative, asinine kind of things you can do to someone, in my opinion. And yet people are all like, yeah, man, troll, troll, troll. And I just never understood it. So, oh, he was just an asshole, Saja. And then he made a video saying he was happy because I thought I was like trying to figure out how to save the channel and pretty much thinking I'm going to have to close the channel and shut it down. And he made a video about, yay, he's happy that I'm shutting it down and all kinds of stuff. So, plus he made like 3 different accounts to try to troll us a couple days ago. So, what up, Ghastly? Oh no. I mean, yeah, but like, why be that bitter of a person is what I've never understood. You know, at the end of the day, like, I've just never understood why be that bitter of a, why be that bitter? Why be that shitty? You know? Uh, so anyway, moving on forward. Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. This is going to be crazy weirdness. Um, that is true. What up, Connor? That is 100% true. People are just assholes, and unfortunately, there's no reason for it in most cases. Just people are bitter McBittersons. I don't know how to say it better than that. Like people are just bitter and shitty and angry, and I wish they weren't. I wish people had like something happy in their life so they could just not be the bittery assholes. But it is what it is. Okay, Connor, I have no idea what you said, but my translation says soup only, so I'm confused. It's Let me see what you said real quick, Connor. Oh, sup saja. Okay. For some reason, it translated sup saja to soup only. So I hate that sometimes, man. Really bad. Like that's uh so odd that my phone does what it does, how it does it anyway. Okay, so his eye is a little not like this. His eye is more okay. Sorry, Billy Zane's got some weird eye, man. Like he's got a weird eye. Okay. Uh, at work. Oh, so I'm not supposed to do this, but I'm going to do this. So here's some of the other dogs. So this is my competition, guys. I do not know if Asher has Discord or anything. So, and then there's my tank, a couple other ones, and then there's this one. So, fun. Let's see how well we do in it. Yeah, I'm not sure where Asher is. I don't know. I don't mess with Discord at all. I try to avoid having. I don't even have a Discord. I don't even have Discord. That's another one of those ones that I avoid. You guys ask me quite a bit like about having a Discord or whatever. I've been asked, and it's always the same answer: no. And the reason I won't have Discord is 100% because I can't police it like I can the community here. And I already had somebody come in one day. Oh yeah, listen to this, Owl. We had somebody come in one night telling me I was doing something weird with people on Discord and trying to accuse me, kind of similar of what they were trying to say about Blender and stuff. But I don't even have Discord, so the first thing the first thing out of everybody's mouth was Keith doesn't even have Discord, so there's no way I'm doing whatever. And they were just trolling, trying to get a rise out of me or the community or something. So that shit, like, yeah, I don't know. I avoid it. I know Luna, Cats, and all of them have like or Cats has like her Kit Kat Army Discord and stuff, but I don't know who all is a part of that or not a part of that. I'm not surprised. Why is it you and Luna? Why is it you and Haru can't get along? Or why is it that Haru likes to torture you so much? Is what I'm been gathering lately and trying to figure out what it is with you and her, uh, like sisterly weirdness or something. I don't know. I can imagine. Yeah, no, I like that's one of the things. Like I said, you guys, I've been being asked since I started the channel why I don't have a Discord, and there's too much bad that can pop up in the Discords servers that I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole at all. Like I don't want anything to do with that. Potential drama with it. And the only shitty part about that is because you guys are all around the world from me, that you guys don't have meta like Facebook or Instagram or something like that, that I can like, hey, I put I shared on my Facebook that I'm live on YouTube and stuff. So that's one downfall I have, but I can't really do much else about it because I refuse to have Discord. It's like the What's Up app that you guys were talking about. I know that's a good thing to like be able to contact and talk to people across the planet, but that's another one that got issues that I don't want to mess with. Plus, every scammer I ever get an email from wants me to give them my What's Up number, so that's a red flag in and of itself too. I get scam emails constantly about the keithwallart.com page and my Shopify and all that crap because they're like, we can give you all this business if you just give us all your money. So yeah, that's fine too. But like, Kat's had an issue recently that she got some random person that's not some random person was in her Discord the other day, and somebody else like invited that person in and thought it was okay, and yeah. Oh, that's fine. I'm sorry you couldn't sleep, Gasly. What kills me is like right now it's 109 degrees outside. And like last night it was like 80, 90 degrees, something like that. And in the middle of the night, I swear our apartment gets so hot. No matter how much AC we got kicking, it's hot at night. And then as soon as we get up in the morning, it's freezing. And it's like, what the fuck? What are we doing wrong? I'm surprised they let you get Discord with the issues of Discord that there are. Like 100%, I'm kind of surprised that Discord's okay in their opinion. Oh, well, yeah. I don't understand the whole Discord thing versus not. Like I don't see that. I can't see I do not see the benefit of Discord. This is like a plum color. What fucking shirt color is this shirt? Purple, but it's not purple. So what color is it? That's not going to be right. That's too dark. That might be close. Sorry, I'm having trouble color matching right now. Hi, Haru. She's at work, Saja. I already said that. Yeah, see, that's the one of the big reasons. Like I avoided trying to have anybody do Discord service stuff or Discord stuff because I know how quickly it can turn into a situation like you just said, and that ain't cool, you know. Especially the way people are like so bold to do it over the internet half the time because they are like, oh, it's fine, nobody can, it doesn't matter. It does. It 100% does matter. Why can't I find this color? Like a good image, one good image. So I can see the damn color. I know it's purple, but it's not purple. It's not just, I don't know. Okay. Nope. Nope. Bye, Luna. Oh my God. It was on Among Us that somebody did that? Wow. Yeah. See, that's the shit that I don't like, man. I don't dig that kind of stuff. I don't think that's not dark enough. Hey, there we go. It's another reason why like I'm against Roblox and doing anything that has Roblox related. Because I don't want that crowd of people that do the bad shit on that platform anywhere associated with my stuff. Also, why I'm adamant about I won't draw anything from that. That's a property of that company. That's why I won't do Dandy's World or anything else anymore. Speaking of which, I need to black those out in my sketchbook. I just thought about it. Hey, Abby. No, Ghastly. It's not that it's ass. It's dangerous. That's 100% the problem with Roblox is it's dangerous. Predators are all over that game in one capacity or another, and it's not cool. The amount of people that just ignore how dangerous that game is. There was somebody in here that said that they had a friend that got preyed upon on that game or in that platform on the platform of Roblox and shit. So like there's people out there that can corroborate that statement of mine on it's dangerous. You what? Hey, it's all right, all good, Hellbat. What? All right, hi Nori. Why did you leave your phone in the freezer? Okay, Nori. What's your bad news? Everybody, everybody, everybody. Milo's. Everybody, everybody, everybody loves Milo's. Tea. Oh no, more homework. Boo. All right. What kind of homework is it? I can't say I can help you, but I mean, what kind of homework is it? I'm drawing or I'm painting a painting. That's exactly what I'm doing. Nori. Math. Oh, well, I know Owl can't help you, but what's your math? What's the math? I used to be really good at math. I suck at it now, I'm sure, but oh, that sucks. Because you bully her, I assume. Haru. Why are you so sad, Nori? I regret asking, I think, but yeah, why? I mean, all right. So for me, high school, I was in math. I was in, seventh grade regular math, whatever seventh grade regular math was. Finished seventh grade math. And then in eighth grade, they're like, hey, we're not going to give you eighth grade math. We're going to put you in ninth grade algebra with these other 20 kids. So there's 21 of us total in that class. And the eighth graders, they then taught ninth grade algebra. And then ninth grade, I finished eighth grade in my ninth grade algebra. So I and a couple other kids went on to 10th grade geometry in ninth grade and so on. And so my senior year, I didn't have to do math, any math at all. I just had a free period of no math because I didn't have a math class to take. I took my senior year math in my junior year. So I will say I suck with geometry real bad. I don't understand that shit. And trig was really hard because it's just harder geometry, in my opinion. So, hi Jax, how you doing? You show her love. Is it tough love, Haru? Is it like sisterly, big sister, mean asshole kind of love, or is it like, you know, hey Luna, you're so great, you blow my mind, hey Luna, like the Mickey song, but with Luna instead. I don't know what I'm doing or saying, so I'm just painting. uh I'm all right, Jax. How about you? So you said you were sad there, Nori, Velma, Nori, Velma, whatever. Why are you sad? Katz's headache must have been bad. Just for her not to be here on this live. So I hope she's sleeping because I know it's like early in the morning there for her, I think. I don't know. I'm not doing the math right now to tell you what the time zone difference is between me and her right now. It's 5 a.m. Huh, I just did it. Haha. Uh, okay. Well, hello. And I'm glad you are happy to be here. Not sad then. You just show her tough love, right, Haru? You just show Luna tough love. It's the tough love that I got from my parents, or my dad and my brother and my sister growing up, right? If I bully you harder than anyone else can bully you, it's out of love because I'm family. That was my life growing up as a kid. So, yay. Fun shit. Okay, that's brown. I just needed brown. Because your name is Jax. I don't know. Also, Owl is a kind of a transplant from another channel because their channel is on a hiatus right now. I'm gonna say it's not done. I'm gonna just say it's on a hiatus. I'm saying Blender's on a hiatus, meaning that he will come back, or I hope he comes back. But Owl's a new Vulcan person, so that's not the right brown at all. So how do you go from that dark to not having another dark that's like close to that dark? Because yeah, I talked to him the other day and I told him that part of my healing process was doubling down on my art back in the day. Well, that's when I found my art and stuff. So I got through a really bad divorce in 2013 with my ex-wife who decided that she just didn't love me anymore or whatever and left me. And well, she found her old fling or whatever, an old boyfriend, and all of a sudden those feelings of 15 years 15-year-old ex-wife was like, oh yeah, I like that guy still, and then she left. So kind of blindsided me, got real depressed, real bummed out about it, and that's when I found art and I started doing the spray paint, so that helped me get through my depression. I did tell Pencil or Blender that I hope he can find that kind of same. Well, that's awesome. You're well in the future then, time zone wise. I say that for anybody that's in a time zone ahead of me. You guys are in the future because technically you are, since it's like 2 in the afternoon for me. All right, how am I going to do that? I have no idea how I'm going to do this effect of hair. Yes, I do. I do. I did. I do. I did. I do. I do. What up, Bex? Yeah, I know you, Saja. You're that far in the future. I knew you were. Uh, Owl is. What do you like? Is it 10 or 9 at night? Well, let me rephrase that. Is it 2200 or 2100 where you are, Owl? Yeah, I said it in the right way. I'm smart. You guys use the military time, and it took me a second to work it out in my head again. I know what time it is when I'm trying to say, or I'm looking at military time. I'm not good at it when I'm trying to like think about it. So, 22. I was right. You are 8 hours ahead of me. Welcome back, Luna. Do you smell better since you took a shower? No, I'm just messing with you. I'm not saying you stink in the first place. It's just joke, funny. Yeah, Blend. So Owl, that's what I said yesterday during my sketch request because last 2 weeks ago during the sketch request, Blender came into the chat and he managed to get in he managed to get in a request, and his request was me draw a hand in 5 minutes, or a hand holding a pencil in 5 minutes. So he cheated. Uh, uh, well, so I was talking to somebody. This was like a while ago. I had a conversation with somebody that's across the ocean, across the pond, as they say, and they were talking about why they use the 24-hour clock over why they don't. Because America, we use a 12-hour clock, so it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 p.m. We have AM and PM. With the military clock, you just have 000, not 000, and for whatever reason, military time or the 24-hour clock screws up Americans, man. It messes us up hardcore. But the person told me that if you were in a bunker and could not look outside, you would always know if it's day or night out based on what the 24-hour clock says. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. So, oh, nothing, Luna. It was just a joke. Oh man, I was bitching at Blender for that suggestion or his sketch request because drawing a hand is hard as is, and then doing it in 5 minutes is really not easy. But I made it about life size, so that's interesting, actually. uh, but I did make the joke with him that he mixed, or he got an extra extra challenge in, and that's why I was laughing or made that joke last night about that. He got an extra challenge in and then just quit and was like, I'm not doing no more art. Ha ha ha, Keith. And I was like, you know, he could have just said if he didn't want to do it, he didn't want to do it. So at least I hope he hears that and, you know, gets a giggle out of that. Because, you know, he deserves to laugh just like everybody else. Nope. Military time is a military time thing. No, I was just being a joke. So I was just having a joke with you. Actually, it's not a Ragatha hand. It's not a bad hand. Yeah. There you go. Hey, it's okay. I figured you were asleep. I remember you said you had a headache. So I was hoping you were resting. I did have to laugh the other day when that Kit person from yesterday was here. They told me what time it was where they were, and then I guessed that they were in Japan, China, or Taiwan area kind of thing. And they're like, "Holy shit!" Or like, you're like, "Wow, you're right. I'm in Japan." And I was like, "Haha, time zones." If you would have asked me this last year and been like, "Hey, Keith, do you think you can know where somebody may or may not be based on a time zone?" And be like, "No, that's stupid. There's no way in hell I could do that." And apparently I can. Thank you guys for that weird bit of useless ability that I have now. What up, Ravioli? How you doing? Hi, Ravioli. You're good. It's all good, Ravioli. Life happens. Hello, Olivia. Yeah, life happens, guys. You know, I mean, you guys apologize to me all the time about missing streams and stuff, and I tell you every time life happens, I get it, you know. And then the only thing I ever ask you guys is just go back and hit the like button on the stream. You don't even have to watch it. Just click on it, hit the like button. Click on it, hit the like button. I don't care if it screws up anything else. At least it clicks as a like, and maybe YouTube will be like, "Oh wow, people are, you know, they're liking it or they're watching it or whatever," and then they'll be like, "Hey, suggest it to more people," and then, you know, we get the silver plaque soon or sooner, because that's the goal. I want the silver plaque behind me next to rage and selfie and whatever I do on the next 16 by 20 canvas collage. What up, your local Genmu? Yeah. So I have a 16 by 20 canvas that I need to start playing with at some point before my markers start all dying. So yeah, if you guys like, what would you want, or what would you think would be a cool new collage idea? We did selfie, we did rage. I would like to do maybe a bigger version of like what the sketch vault collage is. That might be cool. Or maybe I wait till October and don't mess with it, and we do a big ass collage for the sketch vault, so I can do all 31 days. What? Yes, Ravioli. I already know, and that's a plan. At some point in time, that is a plan. But it will be Gary, not Percy. Because Gary is Death's like companion bird. All reapers in that world have a crow, and that's how they like communicate and stuff like that. Except Death. Death doesn't have a crow. She has fucking Gary. She only has Gary. And just because Percy is our friend in real life does not mean he gets a place in the book yet or in the comics yet. And Gary's much cuter looking anyway than Percy or Stanley. Stanley's a dick though lately. He's been a dick. He just jumped right in the Jeep this morning or this afternoon with Crystal and I when we pulled up. He just like jumped up on the window and then jumped down into Crystal's like arm because she had snacks. And he was like, I know those are for me. And then Percy did the same thing. He jumped up on the window at one point when we were done. We didn't have any more food for him. And Percy's like, hey, man, I'm going to come in now. So, that works. That sounds good, actually. I do hope he comes back or, you know, even if he restarts the channel into a different kind of format away from like the blender side, the pencil blender, isn't, you know, calls it, you know, Steve Jobs's art job or art painting. I don't know. It doesn't matter as long as he comes back and shares that gift. I can't do what he does with color pencils. So it's a hell of a gift he has. But I know he talked to me about something else that's not related to the issue in the chat. He was talking to me about it, and he was kind of down on himself on that same reason that same issues that I'm going through currently about not being able to make sales and things like that. And it's always the same. You can't do it in this economy. You can't do it in that this economy. The problem with that is I know people that do it. I have friends that, you know, make a full-time job out of art. They go to conventions, they sell their art. They're always selling something. And so, I mean, it's possible, it's doable, it is there. I just have to find a buying community, I guess. And in the same way with him, in that case, or any other artist, is you have to find the right audience. And yes, you guys are the right audience. I'm not saying you're not. It's 100% that buying the art stuff. So yeah, anyway, I got to get into conventions. Neat thing today. When Crystal and I were at lunch, the convention that this guy's going to be at, the D. Wallace character, the next convention that we are actually going to be set up at, the only one I have on like the calendar and is committed yes to. So next month, September 4th, 5th, and 6th, we will be at Days of the Dead here in Las Vegas, where this guy will be there, and a couple other characters that I've already painted will be there, and hopefully get some, you know, stuff signed. But that's where I do well at. That I shine in conventions. But it's very hard for people to give a fuck online, I guess. I don't know. Nice. Yeah, so that's part of the issue is, you know, I can't make sales, and that's one of the reasons why that I'm stressing so bad out about everything, is because, you know, can't make sales, can't buy art supplies, can't buy art supplies, can't do art, can't, right? It's a whole downward spiral. So just trying to stay positive and keep this thing afloat. So hopefully when we go to the Days of the Dead convention, I need to make $2,500 specifically, 100%. Like that's a have to make mark for the end of September that I have to have money for. And that's one of the things that was stressing on me really hard was I have this like big bill due at the end of next month, and yeah, hard to get there. Shit, well, happy birthday. That's awesome. Yeah, so here I'll show you who all's going to be at this convention if you guys want to see. I need to close some of these down. All right, so yes, cats, you are one of the reasons that the channel is staying afloat on this. So Billy Zane, who I'm painting right now, D. Wallace, who I painted here. Actually, I really like this. The more I look at this, the more I like this painting. When I first did it, I hated it. Painted Ray Park from Star Wars. Crystal wants me to do something for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I did that for Crystal. I did this character for Crystal. This guy is really cool in person, and I can't wait to talk to him again. I also know this guy in person, and he's really cool. So this is where we'll be on September 4th, 5th, and 6th. So there will not be, regardless, on September 4th. If we do a lot, if we do a live on September 4th, it will be from the convention and us setting up. So which background? This background, the color? Yep. So, but yeah, we could do a live where maybe I set the tripod up and the thing and I have it so you guys can like ask us questions about the convention or whatever, or maybe after we do our setup, show you the setup and then show you a walk around before the convention starts on Friday. Oh, D. Wallace. E.T. She was E.T.'s, she was the mom in E.T. In that movie Critters I was talking about, she was the mom in that movie too. And Billy Zane was the shitty boyfriend of the daughter in that movie. So funny. Or interesting anyway. Oh yeah, we're gonna do something from the convention anyway, even if we do a live. That's not the right brown I need. So yeah, we'll do something from the convention for sure, because like we did it from Days of the Dead as well, and it was a lot of fun to kind of show you guys around and stuff. So hopefully we'll have a little bit more time. Just overall to be able to like walk around, show you guys the convention. Oh yeah, well it's supposed to be for like a full moon. It's supposed to like represent the full moon, in a way. I didn't do it real well. So, or very subtly. That's not the right ground either. So yeah, I didn't do it very subtly or well, I guess. Um, well, I mean, it's just a flight. It's just a short flight across the Atlantic Ocean, and then across most of the North American continent. It's not that bad. You could practically walk here in like no time. Uh, I did see where a dude left somewhere in England, got dropped off in South America, and then is literally walking across the planet. Um, and like he's supposed to be hitting England in the next sometime this year, I think it was. I read, but he had been gone for 23, 26 years, some bullshit amount of time like that, where he's been walking across the planet, and like proud of him, man. Good for you, dude. Like, but why? Well, like you're not doing it for world hunger. You're not doing it for you're just doing it cuz. And also, what do you do for money? Like, how do you like? I can't get people to give me money very often much for doing like art every day. This guy's like just walking across the planet, and people are paying somehow. He's paying for it. He's paying for it. They're paying for it. I don't know. Somebody is financing his trip. So like, and then he had to do all these like weird flights because Russia is Russia and stuff. And then so he had like it was weird, but like, and that added time to his whole trip because he had to fly out of the country, fly back, go back to the exact spot that he was started walking from, and start walking again. And it's just like, wow. I know it's not a short flight. Uh, your brain still hurts from how much you have because you have so much, or because you have so little, or because it was hard to count that high. I don't know. Yeah, I know it's not a short flight. Actually, I think for you cats, it's shorter of a flight than it would be for Owl, because of how you would fly here versus how Owl would have to fly here. But I don't know if that works that way or not. That's interesting. I wonder. Yeah, I wonder. I don't know how that works. Because like I know for like if I was to fly to Japan from here, I would go to LA first and then fly out from LA or something like that. But if I was flying from New York, I'd have to fly from New York to LA, kind of shit. And I don't know, it's so weird. Ah, you've calculated everything. No, he like left his house and said, I won't be back until I walk back home from, and then flew to like the south tip of America, South America, and then started walking up. Yeah, 8 hours isn't too bad. Well, and you don't have to like massive expense or experience for you. It'd be a big experience in general. When I was a kid, I used to fly back from Frankfurt, Germany to Niagara Falls, New York, right? And that was like a 9 hour, 11 hour ish flight. But we did that on a military plane. So it sucked worse than like what you would ever fly commercial. Uh, Comfort wise, I mean, specifically, it was bad. So, and that flight sucked. And I remember doing that when I was a kid. Like that was one of my earliest memories of travel was we got on a big ass plane the big ass plane usually had something underneath the big ass plane that it was carrying, plus us human people up above it. So one time we flew back, it had two little planes underneath us that they were flying from Germany back to America. And then another time there was like a tank or two tanks or something like that underneath us. And you have a cargo net floor, cargo net seats, cargo net, everything. So fun. That was my first flight that I can remember anyway. I was like 3. And then I moved to Germany when I was 2. I don't remember that. I don't remember the flight there, but I do remember like my first trip back from Germany to America was then. So interesting. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what this dude. I don't even remember the guy's name. I watched a video about it, and I've seen it before, but I watched a video about it like recently, and I'm just baffled to me. It's just baffling to me. Like, what does this guy do? What does he have money? How do you have money to do this? Like, just in general, like, how do you do it? Oh man, yeah, you did get lucky. Well, you would have been fine in Florida. Florida didn't give a shit about COVID. Florida was like the worst state in the country about COVID. Like they were just like, yeah, it's fine. Just do whatever you want. We don't believe in science. And then because of that, Georgia and Alabama, the state that I lived in, was like, yeah, we're gonna do what Florida does. What's that? Oh, we're gonna tell you in a vaguely suggestive tone, but you don't really have to follow it to do whatever you want. But all of you get to stay home from work except you people. And I was one of those people that didn't get to stay home. So I worked the whole time during COVID. My life didn't change any. So my COVID experience and like the world's COVID experience is shitly different, way different. For me, I literally went to work every day. I didn't miss any work except in January 2021. I caught COVID. So I got COVID in January 2021, but the whole time I did not catch COVID in 2020. And then I got the shot and caught COVID. So just how it works. But like I worked every day. I didn't take off work where everybody else was making X amount of money to stay home because of our government paying them to stay home. I worked every day and made less money than the people that stayed home. No, that was a lie. For every 2 weeks, I made $100 more than the people who got to stay home and not go to work did. No matter what their job was beforehand, I got to make $100 more to work 80 hours every 2 weeks, which is 40 hours a week in normal, to make $100 more than they did in that time period. So $50 a week they made more or less than me. So fucking bullshit. Well, yeah, you guys had a bad experience with that where a lot of you guys had to like stay home. You had to do homeschool shit. You had to do like all kinds of crap with the COVID stuff, right? And so my ex's kid, her daughter we had already started homeschooling her when it all of this crap hit. So like we were already homeschooling her, so it didn't really matter in that capacity. So her life and her school didn't change either. But then there are a whole bunch of people, just starting school out or for the first time, and then all of a sudden, like you got to be like homeschooled, and people's parents having to be home from work and all this different stuff. I get that it was a nightmare, but like I said again, my experience was not that. Unfortunately, I just did not have the same cool experience or lame bad experience that everybody else did. My biggest difference between 2021, 2019, 2022, 2020, and all is I didn't eat out at restaurants that year because they were all closed. You just had to go, like get them delivered or go pick it up and walk, social distance shit. And so yeah, instead of going out to eat dinner, I just went and picked it up, and that was literally the only real big difference in my life. Everything else stayed the same. Uh, but because of COVID, that was one of the reasons that my art career stalled out real hard in 2020, was because like all the conventions shut down. So part of my income for my well, like all of my income for art went away pretty much, and then all of my possible income from conventions disappeared and dried up, and then I couldn't do it, and so it kind of got me in a little funk about that, so I stopped doing art for a little bit. And then 2021 happened, and I couldn't get people to care about the art again. So I quit for a while, moved out here, and Crystal got me back into doing art. So yay, Crystal. Uh, that makes sense. See, and I've heard that side of things, like people that like hate being out in public and being around other people. Like COVID was fucking awesome for them. Wait a minute, you mean I don't have to talk to people? I don't have to be around people, and they need to stay 6 feet or 2 meters away from me at all times? Hell yeah. This duck. Is Crystal here? Did I miss that? There's an this little guy, my little ghost duck, our little ghost duck. This is from Dutch Brothers. This is our Dutch brother duck. Lonely ghost. Yeah, ghost duck. There's one of these in the Jeep as well. We have it in the Jeep. In the Jeep. Jeep, Jeep. Jeep, 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 Jeep. Jeep, Jeep. Jeep, 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 Jeep. Jeep. I'm sorry, I'll stop. Yeah, the ghost duck is from Dutch Brothers, our place where we get our coffee and stuff from, and who gave me the cup that I did Rengoku on. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Hello. What up, Kit? How's it going? Welcome back, Kit. Um, okay. So for me and being social, okay, I hate people. Like I hate crowds of people, and I mean that. And like there is, if I go to like say so we live in Las Vegas. Going to the strip is a nightmare for me because those people, there's so many of them, right? There's just so many people, and they're all stupid in the aspect of they're not paying attention to anything around them. So they'll just bump into you, they'll run into you, and kind of stuff like that. And that's annoying for me, like super, super annoying. I hate that. Um, but when I go to a convention and I'm at a convention, the same issue is there, but I love it. So for me, it's weird. If I'm out in public and like it's a social event, I don't mind that so much because it's not as many people as like a huge, huge crowd of people. But yeah, I understand. And for me, for a long time, for years and years, I didn't talk to people, right? I just wouldn't talk to you. Um, like nothing against you as a person. I just didn't talk to people, and I wouldn't talk to people. So, why? Welcome back, cutie. So yeah, I just wouldn't talk to people, and like I hated it. I hated talking to people so bad. Like talking to people was a nightmare for me. I didn't even like to order my own food at a restaurant, and that meant like Walmart, or like that meant like McDonald's, because I didn't want to talk to people that badly. Like 100% did not want to talk to people that badly. And then started doing conventions, and I had to talk to people and found out that I enjoy the shit out of talking to people about my art and cons and nerd stuff and things like that, and B, uh, just really enjoying. I found out I really enjoyed it, and I'm good at it, so it makes me happy to sit there and chit chat with people about my art and that kind of stuff. So like that's why the lives work so well for me in this capacity. Is like I'm just sitting here chatting with people about common interests and stuff. So I think that's one of the best things about this channel, in my opinion, is it's more of a hangout, talk about art, even if you're not an artist, but you just like the process, you're welcome here. If you are an artist and you want to share off, it's even better because you have a platform of support here. So that's my big thing too, is like I was talking about it with Crystal and stuff, is like I don't get support from my family. I still don't get support from my family. And in the aspect of like they don't respect that I do art. So, I don't get the support from my family. And I know a lot of people have that same issue with their family, that there's lack of of it. So oh, you're trying to make it and struggling? Walmart, yeah. Uh yeah, I don't know. I hated talking to people for like I said, and uh it took me years of like life stuff and forced to talk to people, and then I got like the other part of it is I got divorced and stuff, right? And with the divorce came a certain like I have to get back out, and I have to like get out and meet people and meet somebody, or meet people to be friends with. And so yeah, that was one of the reasons like I got better at talking to people too, was like I used to hang out at a comic book shop with some friends of mine, a guy I went to high school with, and then the owners of the comic book shop and stuff. And they doing that helped out, kind of got me out of my shell, and then doing art specifically got me out of my shell. Like hardcore got me out of my shell and got me willing and able to talk to people in a capacity that I do now. I still get tongue tied and stuff, but I don't get as nervous about talking to people. I still don't want to read in front of you, and I don't sing in front of people very often. Asher, welcome back. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine, Owl, that my family doesn't support me. Uh, what's going on, Asher? And yeah, like my family doesn't support me in any capacity in this. They think that the art shit is kind of stupid. My mom supports it, but she doesn't understand it, so there's a lack of actual fucking support in that capacity, because she doesn't understand any of the what I'm doing at all, really. So it's one of those things. My dad would tell anybody and everybody but me he was proud of me, and my brother hates the fact that I draw at all. And my sister passed away before I started doing art, so I don't know how she would react to this shit, honestly. She'd either be really, really cool about it or really, really shitty about it. There's not 100, there's no different, or like in my sister's case, that would be it. She'd be either really, really cool about it or she'd tell me I was a dumbass. That is not true. That is not true, Asher, at all. I can almost guarantee you your parents care about you. They might just not. They might have their, like, parents have their own shit going on, and it's hard to deal with everybody and everything and them themselves. And then, and again, I'm not, please don't think I'm taking your parents' side on this, but as a parent, and a parent that has failed in multiple times as a parent in one capacity or another, and I mean that in the fact that just I know that I failed in certain capacities and all as a parent. So you just remember that they're people and they got shit going on too, so it's hard to deal with on everything. So yeah, I don't know what's going on or what makes you feel that way, Asher, but I'm almost positive that that's not the case. Your parents just might be failing at it, at doing it right anyway. As your guys' weird adopted dad, I'm telling you that is a gospel of humanity in the aspect of your parents. They suck. They try. They do better. I hope they do better. If they don't do better, then they suck for real. But, most of the time it's just life sucks for them as much as it does for everybody else. And there's things always going on with your parents and family and stuff like that you may not ever know the whole side of or story of, or there's a guy named Walter Cronkite back in the day, and this was the rest of the story. So yeah, and again, not standing with your parents on that one. That's because you're the older sibling in that case, Asher, and you should know better in their opinion. It doesn't matter if everything you're doing in that aspect is justified and everything else. I'm gonna say it's 100% in that capacity that your parents are like, well, your little brother is your little brother and he doesn't know any better. And you do because you're however old you are and he's only whatever. That's 9 million% of probably what the issue with your parents is on that. Not to say it's right or whatever, but like that's, I can almost guarantee you that's what they're going to say at the end of the damn day. You ought to know better. You ought to know. All right, soup. If Wolverine and Homelander fight, how much time would it take Wolverine to kill Homelander, knowing that Homelander can't kill Wolverine? Also, great art. Soup, that question is however long it takes him to cut into Homelander and get his hands onto Homelander to stab him with the claws. So, yeah, that's the answer to that one. And thank you, Soup. Oh, my feet. I got it. That's a good question, though, Sue. In your case, Katz, has one of your I know you said you got tested a while back and stuff, and I don't know if you're going to like a therapist or uh, a doctor to like help you with your medicine and you know whatever, right? Have that has that medical professional been able to talk to your parents to help kind of like reiterate, hey, Cats needs this, Cats needs that, Cats does not need such and such to help out with your stuff in that case. Um, so I was the youngest and I didn't have to deal with that kind of stuff as much because like there's such a big difference in time between my brother and sister and me. So because there's 9 years between Davy and me, or 11 years between Davy and me, my brother. And there was 9 years between me and my sister. So it just, yeah, there was rivalry and there was other shit, but mostly it was my sister got in trouble a lot growing up because she was a bad kid. And my brother got in trouble for some stupid shit because my parents are stupid. Um, and then I got in trouble because I was stupid. Like anytime I got in trouble when I was growing up, I was 100% my fault. Um, Minus like a few incidences that like I got in trouble for some shit that there was nothing I did. But like that's maybe 3 out of the entire time I was growing up. That like I didn't do it. Or I wasn't responsible, but I still had to get the punishment or getting yelled at. Tell you what, the funniest, worst thing ever happened to me one time was my mom was yelling at me. And I mean, she was been yelling at me for like 3 hours, right? It's just fucking rah, rah. I don't even know what I did to get in trouble at the after I was getting yelled at so long by my mom, right? And she said something to me and I couldn't stop myself. And I got in trouble real bad, real bad. But I would 100% do it again. She set it up and I could not stop myself. Okay. I'm not a good person for it, but I couldn't stop myself. So my mom called me. She said, "Look here, you son of a bitch." And I started laughing and I told her truer words were never spoken. And then I got yelled at by my dad really bad. Oh my God. That was a bad day. Um, so long story short, I understand. Also, long story short, I'm an idiot when it comes to not keeping my mouth shut sometimes. So yeah. Hello, Coda. Nice. First day or first week or whatever. Hi, that guy. Peg, hello. Well, when you do go back to the doctor or whatever, cats, make sure you talk to the doctor and like have them help you explain, in your case, what you need. Or maybe you may not know exactly what it is or how to say it either, but they might be able to help you put it into context for your parents. And Asher, part of that is your parents may find favoritism in your brother or your younger siblings. Sooner or later, just deal with, or it's you. They'll either get better or they won't, and I don't know a better way to say it. And I'm sorry for what you're going through with that. Uh, First week of school, nice. Figuring out your classes and new teachers and all, I hope. That was always my worst problem with school when you first got there. Like, figuring out your class schedule was always oh man, that was a nightmare. Uh, I didn't do middle school like you guys do doing middle school or whatever. I went to sixth grade, and then sixth grade was was all elementary. To sixth grade was elementary school, and then I just went to high school. Uh, and then the high school was 7th through 12th grade. So I don't know. In my experience with that, what you're saying, Al, was I've told people exactly that out loud, and I've told people exactly what I needed from them, and it's like I'm talking to, I'm. It always comes out like I'll tell somebody exactly, hey, this is what I need from you as a person or as a human, or I need whatever, and then somehow my words are muted in their head, and I get, okay, I'm going to do nothing that you said. that's that's been my experience in life, unfortunately, is that I get people just like, oh yeah, cool, I'm going to ignore you. I'm going to ignore the actual thing you just told me you need from me. Why? Because that's too confusing or too whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then I just stop asking, and then I just stop asking. So that's always been my problem in life is I'm almost positive I'm telling you exactly what I need from you. And then somehow that gets construed into not. Or my all-time favorite has always been like, hey man, what do you want for your birthday? This. I want this. This is all I want for my birthday. Okay, cool. We're not going to do that. So what else do you want for your birthday? I want that. That's what I want for my birthday. And it's oh cool. We're not going to do that. Well, why the fuck did you ask me what I want? Why ask me what I wanted for my birthday if you're just going to be like, no, we're not. I'm sorry. I wanted to go to the circus every year for my birthday. I even talked to my mom about this the other day. Me and because I was trying to make a joke about it, and my mom just didn't understand. She's like, I don't remember any of that. I'm like, every year I asked you guys if you could take me to the circus, right? Every every year. Every year. It's around my birthday. And every year they had coupons at the grocery store that we've shopped at. And every year I was like, hey, can we go? Can we go? And you're like, every year you're like, nope. Oh, nice. Well, see, I don't have anything like that that's wrong with me, and that they can read up with or read up on. Like, not saying that's harder or whatever, but I'm saying, like, at least in your parents' case, they did the work of finding, hey, this does this, or this might do this, or this issue can be fixed by this, or whatever. What's kind of funny when I put it that way, Cats, like, this is exactly what I want, and then it's like, no, I'm gonna do something different. See you later, Kit. Have a good one. Nice, September 2nd. Nice. Yeah, so for me, it was always that like I tell my mom, tell my dad, like, hey, this is what I want, or this is what I need from you, or what I need in general, right? And my parents are just, no, we're not doing that. I'm like, what? The worst experience of that I ever had in my life, though, is I told you guys I'm allergic to dairy products. I was allergic to dairy products growing up, so I couldn't have eggs, couldn't have milk, couldn't have cheese, anything made with that kind of stuff. And my grandmother, my mom's mom, literally told my dad and me when I was like 4, she wasn't going to make me something special because that was too much work for her to have to deal with by not putting milk in something, by not putting cheese in something instead, so that I could eat it, right? She's told flat out refused to do it. My cousins come over to the house that same night and she made them a whole new meal because they didn't like vegetables. So that's been the experience of my life for a long time. Hey, I can't have this, or I can't do that, or I whatever, right? No, it's fine. We don't believe that. Or no, Keith. So, oh no, just I was wondering what actually I said is all cats. But yeah, it's and then like the circus thing. Talking to my mom about it. Hey, mom, you remember when I was a kid and I asked you to take me to the Ringling Brothers circus? No, I never. You never asked me to that. I was like, I asked you every year. We lived in Alabama, mom. Every year. It's around my birthday. Every year they advertised it. Every time we went to the grocery store, I was like, hey man, we can get $25 off for the tickets if we go. If we use this, can we go see the circus? No, 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 no. Oh, okay. I didn't get to go to the circus until my ex-wife took me to the circus because we took my son to the circus. I was 25, 26, I think, when I went to the circus finally. And I had been asking to go to the circus since I was like 9, 8. And my mom's just like, we're not doing that. Dad's like, no. Okay. Yeah. What, rage baiting my parents? No, I mean, I wish I could say that they were rage baiting me. They just, I don't know, man. Part of my philosophy on me growing up is because there's so much age difference between me, my brother, and my sister. Is I just assumed my parents were fucking done having kids by the time I showed up. And because I didn't have siblings to deal with, they just left me to my own devices pretty much. Like a lot more than it is probably healthy for me as a human being. They just left me alone for the most part and let me kind of do whatever the hell I did. And with that being said, I was never a bad kid. Like, I didn't get in trouble in school except like my senior year. I finally got in trouble, but and I did do that. I 100% did what I got in trouble for, but I also didn't get in trouble for it because by the time it happened, something else happened and it didn't matter what I said anymore. I told a band chaperone lady, I cussed her out, and when I was in high school, my senior year, because I was sick, and I asked her nicely like 3 different times to do something, and she kept telling me no for stupid reasons. And like I said, I was sick, so and I was also like 17, 18. I was 17 at the time. And also, I was 17. So my 17-year-old brain goes, all right, cool, fuck off. And I said it out loud to the lady. And she went in and told my band director. My band director asks me about it Monday at school. I said, yes, sir, I did say that. And then I explained why I said it and what the circumstances were up to it. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. We're just going to leave that alone then. Right. She got mad, started harassing me at work and other places and stuff like that. And then she made her youngest son lie and say something about me. And yeah, fun shit. What, Crochet? What's up? So I asked her, she was blocking a friend of mine in, and my friend was going to take me up to my car and my parking at the parking lot up at the top of the high school. And I asked very nicely if she could just move out of the way a little bit so that me and my friend Brooke could get through, or so my friend Brooke could drive her little Volkswagen Beetle, right? One of the two, it was like 2001, 2002 time frame. So with her little Beetle, if this lady could just move just a hair so that Brooke could get out of the spot and then take me up to my car. And she gave me excuses after excuses and then got really snotty with me, right? And that's when I snapped and I was like, well, okay, fuck you then. And I just walked away. Okay, fuck you then. And I walked away, and she immediately lost her temper and went into the my band director and like yelled at him about it and whatever. And then following that up, like I said, I didn't get in trouble. She kept harassing me at work and stuff. She would come into work and like tell my boss I was saying stuff about her, or I was doing stuff while her and her kids were walking around the thing and all this other crap. And my boss knew better than that. And I explained to him the situation with that lady and stuff like that. And he's like, okay, cool. Anytime she comes in, just go to the back room, stay back there until she leaves. And that way she doesn't have any ammunition. So senior year of high school, we do a senior night for band, and I was in the bathroom, and one of her kids came in and said something stupid to me, and I said something like, "Oh man, an 11-year-old made fun of me," and I walked away. Right. The next thing I know, I got accused of cussing that kid out and calling him all kinds of names and shit, and my band director's yelling at me, and I lost my shit so bad. I started cussing out my band director and that woman and everything else. And then my dad came up and he backed me up and defended me. And then the next Monday, my assistant principal comes in, asks me what happened. And I explained to him what happened, told him the whole story. And he's like, okay, cool. See you later. I'm not going to punish you for past deeds. Hi, Crystal. You forgot already? The blueberry's a nightmare. Schnozberries taste like schnozberries. But yeah, that lady was a fucking evil lady, man. I hate it. I still don't like her. And I haven't seen that lady in years. I don't even know what her last name or her name is, but like she's still one of those people that I'm like bitter about as a human being living. Not like I wish her not to be or anything. It's just like she's just one of those angry, well, for lack of a better word, Karen. Yeah, for lack of a better word, she was a Karen. And I say lack of a better word because my mom's name is Karen and my mom's not a Karen. So, well, she kind of is an OG Karen. She used to write letters to companies to complain about stuff so she could get free shit that she didn't really believe in what she was complaining. It was just because she drank Diet Pepsi. So she complained about Diet Pepsi. So the Diet Pepsi would send her coupons for Diet Pepsi. And it worked. At least for a little while it worked. And then it kind of stopped. But yeah, that was that was an interesting time frame of my life. I remember go to the mailbox, get mail. There'd be like something from a couple different yeah, it was so weird, man. I'll just put it that way. It was weird. Oh yes, no. I was telling about when I was in high school. There was this bitch lady that I cussed out. I got in trouble for cussing her out, but then I didn't get in trouble for cussing. Long story short, she deserved it. And I'm not saying I justify you cussing out old lady or older ladies and women and stuff, or men or people or adults, but sometimes people just deserve to be told that they suck as a human being, especially when they're doing rude shit. Oh, Crystal, has there been any more submissions you've seen? Oh, and Crystal put us in the category for the tank dog most realistic, which is crazy, is kind of crazy to me that that's where I'm at as an artist now, I guess. Hell yeah, good job on that one. Okay. Oh, so yesterday, Yam, I did a doggo. I painted a doggo for Crystal's. She has a competition at her work, and so I painted a dog. I gotta find a dog. I drew Tank for her competition. So how'd your meeting go, Crystal? Did it go okay? I hope. I hope anyway. All right. It was meh. I'm not gonna do the. I'm just gonna do him as human as possible. I think I'm not gonna mess with the. Yeah, it was meh, meh, meh. Oh, Crystal, I was also telling him about that conversation we had the other day with my mom when I was asking her about the Ringling Brothers and why she never took me to the circus, and how she was like, I just don't remember That's my mom's favorite line is I don't remember that. Okay. And you'll find out when you guys get older, your parents will do the same thing. You'll bring up something at some point in time, and your parents will be like, I don't remember what you're talking about. Um, so actually, we're gonna. Oh, gravity. Oh, he's got weird eyes. Damn it. Damn, Billy Zane's got pretty eyes. Uh, so I never really got bullied in school or anything. Yeah, well, I did and I didn't. Anytime I got bullied, I outbullied the bully, if that makes sense. So I would talk shit real hard to I would just talk shit real hard, like, and I got left alone for the most part. Damn, he's got pretty eyes, and I don't know what to do with these. Shit. Hi, Anna. How's it going? It's been a while. Ooh, getting to the bathroom. Thank you. Yeah, get to the bathroom, Connor. So anytime I got bullied in school, it was usually because I was shorter and smaller than most people. So they thought that that was like a step up to the plate and fuck with Keith, right? And then they found out that I'm very quick witted, and I say mean things. And I say mean things on top of being very mean. Um, and I'm not intimidated by people. So that scares people sometimes. And I don't know. I out asshole the assholes in a lot of cases. Yeah, bathroom. If you're in a warning, get to the bathroom. That's, you know, as well as I do. If you're in an area with tornado warnings, that's the safest place to be, unfortunately. All right, I'm not doing his eyes yet. I can't yet with his eyes. This dude's got pretty eyes though, man. Shit. This is gonna sound weird and a little fucked up, but I do miss thunderstorms. Not tornado stuff, but thunderstorms. I do miss thunderstorms. We don't get those very often here. Um, so yeah, usually the bathroom is the most interior room in the house and it has no windows. Or if it does have a window, it's got the most amount of walls around it. So that means it has the strongest structural support. So yeah, usually the bathroom has this most structural support of any of the rest of your house. I know that sounds weird or dumb, but yeah. Do you guys want a weird story about tornadoes? When I first moved to Alabama, what happened in my first tornado warning that we had when I first moved there? So, first tornado warning we had, I was in school at the time, right? So it's like middle of the day, and they tell us we have to go out into the to the hallway with our history book, okay? And then we have to put the history book over our head. We open the book like halfway through, and we put that over our head, kind of like a helmet, okay? And I was in third grade, so I asked the teacher what this was for, and they're like, "Oh, it's to help protect your head in case the wall falls down," right? And I remember looking at my teacher deadpan and going, "That's not going to help me, right? That's not going to help anybody. If that wall falls down on us, me holding a book over my head isn't going to stop the brick wall from crushing my neck or breaking my neck or my spine or, rupturing my spleen through my kidneys or something, right?" And like I remember that conversation, and she's like, she said something else, and then I said something really messed up, and I won't repeat, but I said it, and she looked at me, and she just kind of laughed because it was true. And yeah, so long story short, I suck with tornadoes because my brain starts going, let's make a joke about something. Let's make it not scary by making a joke about it. So, and then I make a joke about it. May or may not be an inappropriate joke, but it was funny. So, yeah. Anyway, that was in elementary school when I was like, I first moved to Alabama, and that was a freak out kind of thing for me because, like, what the fuck do you mean tornadoes? I lived in Germany, man. We only had like thunderstorms every now and then, and they weren't that bad. you know? Bye, Crystal. Oh, yeah, I'm sure your mom never got bullied again. Yeah, I'm sure your mom never got bullied again. So, my dad, when he was in school, had a buddy of his. A teacher hit him in the back of the head. The teacher hit my dad's buddy. So my dad's buddy just gets up, walks out of the room, goes to the payphone that they had at school because it's like long before cell phones existed. He just goes out to the payphone out at school. He calls his dad. He tells his dad what happened. His dad goes, "Okay, I'll be up there. Go back to class." So kid goes back to the class. The teacher's yelling, raising all kinds of hell. About 5 minutes into that teacher raising all kinds of hell, that kid's dad comes in the room and then proceeds to beat the living shit out of that teacher. Put the teacher in the hospital for 6 months. Okay, this is in 1960 something, maybe. But he put that teacher in the hospital for 3 months. He beat the shit out of that teacher so bad. Guess what? That kid never got fucked with again. My day has been pretty decent. I'm just having a really hard time trying to figure out this dude's eye color on Paintwise or in Paint. Dude, he looks like Lex Luthor right there. Green, brown, brown, green, green, brown. Hazel as fuck. Shit. Ah! Yeah, no, that teacher got the shit kicked out of him, and uh, the kid didn't get in trouble. The dad got arrested for assault, but then the teacher got in trouble for smacking the kid too. So, oh yeah, 100% different times, different, 100% different times. I got to figure out how to draw what color eyes, how to do this dude's eyes, man. Look at these guys. Look at his eyes. That's like blue, green, brown. That's the most hazel eyes I've ever seen in my life. Oh, that's going to be so hard. What am I going to do? All right, I know what I'm gonna do. Maybe. Do I know what I'm gonna do? I don't know what I'm doing. Those eyes are hard. Damn it. There's a little bit in there. Like around the iris or around the outside of it, it's got some blue green and then that brown. But he's got pretty damn eyes, man. Like that dude's. I like Billy Zane, man. I wish he would have been a bigger time like actor, like in the aspect of. I feel like he didn't get his due in Hollywood. He's like very underrated, A actor and B just like stuff. So I just think he's underrated. This is gonna look stupid, and I'm gonna fix. I gotta. I don't know. We'll see how I do it. Can do it. Dude, he's almost got like hemochromia. I said that wrong. I know I did, but he almost has like hemochromia where he's got like two different color eyes. I knew a girl in Alabama that had that. She had one green, one brown. I mean, yeah, I was just saying that. I was just asking that, Kit. What's up, Connor? Alrighty. That's crazy, Connor. That is um that's crazy. That sounds very Philadelphia-ish though. That sounds very Philadelphia-ish. And I don't mean that in a mean way. Like that just sounds very Philly. I'm gonna regret all of this. So never been to Philadelphia, but that does sound like a Philadelphia type thing. I mean, Florida has its own problem. Neat. That's awesome, Kit. It's a very rare thing, yeah. Is that like a notification on your phone, kind of like the Amber Alerts or whatever, or like this person's missing alert kind of thing? Um, damn, that's crazy. That is wow, that's crazy. You guys are probably too young to remember this. Any of you guys that are stateside, anyway. A couple years ago, they had like this whole idiot people dressing up as clowns thing and like just standing around scaring people, right? And I was always like of the opinion, because I lived in Alabama at the time, I was always of the opinion that if you're doing that, you're stupid, right? Because you know how easy it is for somebody in Alabama to just be like, oh man, I killed you. I killed you with my gun. And then like now you're dead. Yeah, I don't like this eye. I don't like that at all. This eye. I'm just green. You know what? We're just doing it. We're doing it. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Oh, you heard about the weird clown thing here in the States? Yeah, that shit was weird. They did it over by me once when I lived in Alabama, and I was so shocked that somebody did it. But they disappeared really quick because there was somebody yelled out, "I'm gonna get my gun and I'm gonna get that guy," and then they disappeared like quick. So, and then I don't know if they ever had any more of those. I remember like this was like 10, 15, 20 years ago, maybe. I don't know. It was a long time ago, honestly. There was a dude in Chicago that was running around with a samurai sword, like slicing people up, right? And this is Chicago, so that's kind of crazy because most people there have guns and they do bad things with guns. But he was running around with a damn samurai sword, and what the fuck? Like, you're that crazy that you're gonna run around with a samurai sword? And they didn't shoot the guy. They didn't want to shoot the guy for the cops didn't shoot him or anything. They just like got a water hose and like sprayed him for a while until he gave up, and then they got him taken care of and put in custody and stuff. But like, why would you run around with a samurai sword in the first place? I am still live, yes. Oh yeah, the clown thing. Okay, so Coda, I want to take your path and do art, but I also want to do art for my electives. Can you pick one for me? Do art as your electives, man. Yeah, I can't figure out the color eyes, so I'm going to do it differently. If you can post it in the community, please do. We're going to give him like these green eyes. Try it. I gotta wash these gloves anyway, or this glove anyway. We're just gonna give him demon green eyes because that's the thing with the movie. So I'm just gonna give him like some demon green eyes because I cannot get his actual eye color right because they're like, it's weird, man. It's weird, fucking weird. It's weird color. Weird. Lime green. I need 7. Ha. I mean, oh, fucking. Yeah, do the elective of art. Like, I didn't get that chance in school. Okay. So, like, I didn't have the chance to take art as an elective or do art as an elective or take art, period, in school. So that's how I am the self-taught weirdo that I am, is because like I never had that opportunity to take art. And I'm not ever going to say art classes are not worth it. Like, I 100% believe that, if you can figure out what the teacher is telling you and it can help you grow, then use that, but also do your own thing in some of it, because some of it is a teacher teaching you how to do their way and not figuring out how you do it your way. Because like art's subjective in that aspect. There's 100 million ways for somebody to do art, right? And it be good or bad or whatever. But it's the journey of how you got there versus the process, and that, then what method you took or who taught you how to get to that method, if that makes more sense. But yeah, totally take art as an elective if you can. Right. They're hard, man. Billy Zane's eyes are not easy. So what an elective is like in your school, you do your for America, English, history, science, math. Those are your four main classes. And then you have like music, art, choir, gym, home ec, and stuff like that that can be your elective or whatever. So like I was telling you guys, I had the learning disability. So I had a class when I was in school that was like, it was kind of like a study hall class. So for me, that meant I didn't get the I got one of my electives taken away from me because I had to have that class. And so the one elective was art. The one elective that I couldn't do was art. So I had to be in band or choir, and I can't sing, so choir was out. So I was in marching band. And the one time in my 9th grade year, I tried to get my classes and schedule changed so I could do art that year. My mom stopped that. So, yeah, I'm a self-taught artist because I never had the ability to go to class. And then, like when I was in elementary school, we didn't do art very at all. Like we went to an art class, and usually like one of the memories that I have from art class was literally stacking boxes to see how the best way to stack boxes were. And it was more an engineering lesson than it was an art lesson in my head now that I think about it. And the only other thing that I ever learned in that art class that I took in elementary school was that the Nike symbol is Nike from the Greek mythos of the god of victory, Nike. And something about the check is a bird upside down, the victory crane or something's neck upside down that gives you the swoosh check of Nike. So there you go. Backstory of Nike you never knew you wanted or needed. What now? Yeah. Um, I sound like who? Who's Mark? Who's that? And welcome back, Shaquille. I don't know who that is. The name kind of sounds familiar, but I don't know who he is. Nice, Coda. That's awesome, Kit. I like that. That's really pretty digital work too. I suck at digital, so that's really good. On top of that, I can tell you I can tell it took 5 hours. That's a really cool art style too. It reminds me of like Bleach and like JoJo's Bizarre Circus type art. It's really pretty. I liked it. Oh, gamer. Okay. No idea who that is, so I don't know. I don't watch game streaming or gaming streams. I don't watch that. I would rather just play a video game than watch somebody play a video game. Yay, Connor's alive. Afro South African. Okay. Um, Oh, that's cool. What are you having for dinner? And you should share with the rest of the class. I'm kidding. I am curious what you're having for dinner because, like, hey, maybe I'll. It's a good idea. I don't even know what we're gonna eat for dinner tonight. Honestly, I'm kind of burned out on some of the food that we've been having. Fish. Ooh, fish and rice. There's no good fish places around us. That's the problem we have here. Is there's really no good fish. Well, there are, but they're expensive as shit. Like, it's expensive to go to or get some of the food or the fish stuff here. And then, like, for whatever reason, because we live in Las Vegas, people think it's like so hard to get fresh fish, even though we're like 4 hours from an ocean. I've never understood that either. I was further away in Alabama from an ocean in any direction and never had a problem finding like a fish place, fresh fish type food. Then I come here, I'm 4 hours away from an ocean, and it's like, nah, man. We got this place called California, or is it California Grill or something like that? Fish Grill that's decent, but it's not. It's kind of overpriced and stuff. And then we got like Long John Silver's, which sucks. There's a bunch of seafood buffets though around here. I did. I saw that Hyper Steve or Steve. I saw that the drummer. So only Billy Gibbons is left. Bye, kid, and thank you for sharing your. I do know what a rice burger is. I've heard of it. Uh, I have heard of rice bread or rice burgers. Beef stew is amazing. Yeah, Steve, I did hear about the drummer dying. I got to meet Billy Gibbons. Okay, I'll look at it in a second. Yeah, I got to meet Billy Gibbons, surprisingly. That's awesome. That's a lot of hair. I like that hair. And the highlights on that jet. That's a cool name. Dude, yes, I 100%. What is what is that, Coda? Yeah, ZZ. I love ZZ Top. Sharp Dress Man, all that kind of stuff, man. And so I got to meet Billy Gibbons, in a weird way. I was at a bar and he walked by carrying a beer, and I like stared at him, and my ex looks at me and goes, "That's exactly who you think it is." And I was like, "No, no, it's not." And she's like, "It's exactly who you think it is." And I was like, "Hey, Billy Gibbons." And he's like, "What's up?" And then it was exactly who I thought it was. So I got to meet Billy Gibbons one time. He's the only ZZ Top member I've met, and unfortunately now will ever see. They play here. They played here like a couple months ago too, but it was expensive, so Chris and I did not go and watch it. For all of those that don't know who Billy Gibbons and ZZ Top is, Sharp Dress Man. Just look up Sharp Dress Man. I did. I met Billy. I met Billy Gibbons. Oh, Mimi. Yes, I do like that. I'm sorry. I'm bouncing all over the place. Hey, what's up again, Lawrence? Yeah, I got to meet Billy Gibbons at a bar. He walked by me and I got to talk to him for like 5 seconds, and then he got attacked by fans who wanted to get his picture, and that happened. So uh, weird stories. I've met a lot of like celebrities in crazy situations. Not crazy like, oh my god, I can't believe that actually happened to you, but just randomly doing something, and then there's a celebrity there that I've met. I have pictures of a lot of them, so some of them I don't. But at this point, with the pictures that I do have, you should believe me when I'm telling you something about I've met random ass celebrities in random ass places. Um, when I met Billy Gibbons, that was in Atlanta. He was at a bar in Atlanta that I was at as well. And yeah, met a dude from Walking Dead at that same bar a couple months later. We got to play with Percy and the other pigeons. That was about it. Yeah, we got to play with Percy and the other pigeons, and Percy was a demanding shithead pigeon, and Crystal Stanley was a shitty demanding pigeon. I could not get Gary to actually come up to us, which sucks because I want Gary to like me and come up into my arm, and I want to use my Disney princess powers to make him do it, but he's not, or she's not. I don't know. I don't know what Gary is. It doesn't matter what Gary is. Like, actually, in my opinion, Gary is Gary, regardless if Gary is a girl or Gary is a boy. Gary's name is Gary. Percy's name is Percy, regardless. I think Percy's a female actually now, because I had a male, I think, land on me, and he was much heavier. Like, he was much bigger than Percy was. So I'm thinking Percy is a girl now. But doesn't matter what Percy is, because Percy's Percy. Like, I had a cat named Zeus, and Zeus found come to be a girl, and we just kept the name Zeus. We found out Zeus was a girl when Zeus got pregnant and had kittens. I know that's a bad time to find out, but they were very adamant. Hey man, Zeus is a boy. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Zeus it is. That is his name. Zeus is not a he. Yeah. For us, the pigeons, we just fed them a lot, different times, and then like they finally like started trusting us and shit. So it's cool as shit to me that they've like accepted, like they'll see the Jeep and they come running or flying over to the Jeep. And like I put my hand out and I went Percy, and Percy like fluttered up onto my fingers. Yes, I'm gonna be Disney princess powers. Uh, so one of the cool times that Crystal and I met somebody famous. Did you guys ever watch Walking Dead? And if not, that's totally fine. I'm just curious on if the story, if I even need to worry about telling this story or not telling this story. Because if you guys have not watched Walking Dead, it's not worth telling. If you have watched Walking Dead, then it is worth telling. Oh, okay. Well, then it doesn't matter. I won't tell the story because it's like I said. If you guys haven't watched Walking Dead, then it's not really worth telling. Um, I'm more shocked when people tell me they have not watched Walking Dead because of how crazy popular that show was at one point in time. Or at least it was in my area because where I lived at, they filmed it 2 hours away from where I lived at, so it was really popular in my area. People were like, "Oh my god, Walking Dead, Walking Dead, Walking Dead." I don't know what that came from, so oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Pigeons are pretty neat for that aspect. What the hell, man? Why would why he? Yeah, there's you another one, cats, to add to the weirdness Keith's list. I'm gonna regret this one day, but I think cats is gonna be like have like this like list of Keith sucks or whatever. If I ever screw up, like, hey, these are all the things. And I'm not saying that like you would do that, cats, but your memory is too good. I've heard people eat pigeons and stuff like that, like doves and all, but I don't know why you would. I mean, I guess if like you really 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 needed to eat, but like, damn. I did see something really cool a couple years ago. Dude had like a truck full of pigeons, and they were homing pigeons. Bye, Lawrence. Have a good one. Yeah, people eat pigeons. Don't ask me why. Again, like it's the same concept as people going and hunting doves. I guess you eat dove. In fact, my dad and my brother and my sister, when before I was born, used to go dove hunting and stuff. I don't know. I wasn't born yet, so I don't have any like idea on why that's the case. So don't ask me. I don't know. But I do know that people used to go dove hunting and shit. And the whole people eating dog thing, like I get it. I mean, I can totally understand in some cultures, some places it's meat, right? And but that doesn't mean that everybody in that area does it. Like our dumbass president last year or a year before or whatever it was saying something about people are eating dogs somewhere in Ohio or some weird shit like that. But then again, it is Ohio, so it's a weird place. My least favorite state to drive through. If I can ever not drive through it, I will. not drive through Ohio. Why would you hit Luna with the broom? I have had crocodile, or I've had alligator before. Alligator tastes like chicken. Uh oh. This sounds like a bad story, Cats. You good, Connor, now? Oh yeah, good. I said that it was wrong that you got hit by a broom, and I told Haru, why would you do that? I also have heard about people eating horse. In fact, certain things have horse in it, and as a problem for whatever. There was okay, so this is going to tell you what I am, how I am as a person in my thought process of food. There was a sign that used to say like it was like a don't it was like a PETA type sign meaning don't eat animals. Like they didn't want to eat anybody to eat animals, and they're like these animals are are friends. These animals are whatever. These animals are da 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 da. And the real question is at the end of the day, would you eat any of those animals because you're starving and you had to eat or not? There are animals that we eat every day that other people would be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you eat a cow," right? And then, but what if cows were less meat than horses, and we bred horses and ate horses instead, and then we thought cow meat was weird, right? It's just all about perspective in that case. Uh, but like I go fishing, I like when I go fishing, I don't go fishing um, to catch fish. I like to eat fish. I like fish, but I don't want to clean the fish, so I just catch and release, right? Um, it's not inhumane that way either, because you catch the fish, you take the fish off the hook, you put the fish back in the water, the fish goes on about its happy day, pissed off probably that its mouth hurts and that it got abducted by aliens. But you ever think about that? Like fish get you're sitting there, you catch a fish out of the river, the lake, the ocean, or whatever, and then that fish gets thrown back in the water, goes back to its friends, and starts talking about the extraterrestrial like abduction that it went through, right? And then its friends are like, "Nah, man, shut up, Carl. You didn't get abducted." You ever thought about that? Because I have, and if not, you have now. Uh, I don't know. Have to ask Letizia, but I doubt it. I don't know. That. Oh yeah. Think about that though. Think about if a fish, if you caught a fish out of the water, right? That fish is over there minding its own business, just swimming along, just keep swimming, right? And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh man, look at that worm. I'm gonna go eat it, right? And then all of a sudden, it gets snatched up. It can't breathe the atmosphere because the water kill. It breathes oxygen or through the water. It can't scream out because it's literally suffocating. These big pink people are touching it and getting its the hook out of its mouth and doing all this stuff. And the whole time, it's really bright. It's really loud and nothing is right? And think about that though. Wouldn't that fish be like, oh my god, aliens got me, right? I'm not the original like thought person of that one, so like I didn't come up with that on my own, but I have thought about that. a lot in my life, to be honest with you, more than I probably care to admit. But that is definitely something that I have thought about in my lifetime. Yeah, anything with intestines is not going to happen for me. Luna and Haru, chill the fuck out. Yeah, whatever's going on between the two of you, I need that to stop, or at least in here. I stop torturing Luna. Another weird thing about aliens that I have is that no, I'm not going to say that one out loud, but that was my dad's thought process for years. He told me how he justified religion in his head was aliens at one point. And it's not like the whole alien Anunnaki, whatever crap that is about, like, uh, X amount of years ago, we were visited by an alien race and whatever. No, no, that shit. My dad just thought that, like, how did he say? Oh, yeah. Alien hybridization is why we have religion. I'll just put it that way. Alien and human hybrid is why we think we have certain religions. That was my dad's thought for years and years. That my dad thought that until he got to a certain age, and then he kind of like got stupid, weirdly religious, and I hated it. He didn't like openly talk about religion, but he definitely was cozier up with it than I thought he should be as the human he is. All right, Luna and Haru, done. Just saying it out loud, done. Yeah, you do not believe in aliens. Cool. I mean, if you don't believe in aliens, you don't. I always look at it in this aspect. There is billions of different types of animals on this one little rock. Everything else out there can't have nothing. Right? The world cannot be Earth cannot be the only existence of life, right? That's where I think of it as. I don't believe that we have like interstellar green men that like come out here and abduct us and shit. I'm not saying that. I am 100% saying that there is intelligent, at least life in other planets, and other planets have life. So, in my opinion, there has to be life out there in the rest of the world, because if not, how in the hell is this one planet just so lucky? And there's infinite space out there with infinite amounts of planets and stuff. So, like, how is Earth lucky or not lucky in that aspect? Sparkles! Thank you, Haru. So, yeah, that's always been my thought process on like the alien subject. Not necessarily to say that aliens actually exist and little green men, ET and stuff are real, but like, how can you possibly have this amount of life on this planet and then the rest of the universe out there just be like stars for us to look at, right? So yeah, not definitely saying like aliens exist, but uh there has to be something out there other than us. Because if not, how in the hell does that work? How did Earth get so lucky? Yeah, space theory. Yeah. You're good, Haru. No worries. Like I said, just whatever you guys got going on. Like I get you're picking on her and whatever. I like that's up to you guys and you guys is fun or not fun or whatever, but like not in here, please. That's all. So you're good. Although if there were aliens, the other flip side of that is why would they come and fuck with us? What do we have to offer aliens to come and like look at us other than like uh so okay, you want to know what my personal opinion is on why I don't believe like in alien abductions and stuff like that? You want to know why I really don't believe in alien abductions and that kind of concept? Um what up, Mosk? How you doing? So for me, the concept of all right, you look at Earth, right? Earth on our planet. Look at every intelligent animal on the planet. Okay, dolphins, whales, sharks, a fox. A fox is a great example of it. And this is gonna like screw you guys up a little bit if you when you get to thinking about it. Every animal on the planet that has intelligence because it hunts another animal and it has to be smarter, faster, clever, more clever than is an intelligent predator. Okay. Humans are a good example of this. We hunt everything on the planet, right? There's not anything on the planet that we really fear as a race of people anymore. If there was, we killed it, right? We killed it off. We've extincted it and now it can't hurt us anymore, right? It's just memory or bad memory. That's a lot of what we do as a people and as a race of humans. So, with that being said, if aliens existed and they were smart enough to travel the galaxy, right? They're 100% going to be a predator. 100% they're going to be a predator. And with that, not like the predator from Predator and Aliens, but they're going to eat other animals or be so whatever, and we may be on the damn menu. I've always thought that about the alien subject kind of thing, that if aliens ever showed up to Earth, we're probably on their fucking menu. So yeah, we're 100% on that the menu for whatever race of aliens that decided to actually show up to Earth. uh if you guys have ever watched the TV show, it's called V, came out in the 80s, and it had Robert England in it and some other people. But anyway, V is a good example of that. Those aliens show up, they're like, hey, we're going to give you medicine, we're going to give you this, we're going to give you, and all we want in return from that is your, like X amount of water, right? Well, really, they were lizard people and they wanted to eat us. We were on their menu. And like that's not the reason that I think that about aliens and stuff. I honestly think that and believe that about aliens because if you look at Earth, every smart animal on the earth, on the planet is a predator of another predator. We eat other animals. Right? That might be pretty neat. Well, you won't matter. It won't matter because you're dead. You know, you're going to be on the dinner plate, right? So, no, I don't want that either. But I'm 100% like I'm telling you right now. If aliens showed up to Earth, they want to eat us more likely. So it's 100% my theory anyway. And again, not a scientist, not a biologist, just kind of smart enough to think about it. I'm a guy that has a semester ish of college. So please don't, ever listen to me as a source of fact in that aspect. Thank you, Moz. Oh yeah, the poison one's my favorite. One of my favorites. This is I was gifted this at Level Up at here in Las Vegas by a girl, and I met her friend earlier when we were walking in. Talked to her. I gave her my Husker painting, and I gave the girl that gave me this my poison painting from my magnets. I have a picture with her somewhere. I really wish that girl would have showed up on the channel at some point in time so she could see that I was actually wearing the bracelets. Because that's something I kind of want to do with you guys, but I know a lot of you with like shipping and stuff, it's not feasible for you guys to like mail me something. But we do have that PO box and stuff. So like if there's ever like you guys wanted to send me a bracelet or something like that, or one of these figures or some shit like that, that'd be how you do it is with that email or with the our PO box. But I just never posted it because I was never sure on if that was something you guys were ever really interested in or what. So, and I know like Luna, you live in England, so it's kind of crapshoot to ship here. Cats is definitely bad. I know with like I looked for Vox the other day, and it was like anywhere from like $13 to $150, depending on what I wanted to send to Vox out there, which is that's crazy shipping costs, by the way. Uh, right. Uh, welcome back, Trans Diddy. Uh, welcome back, you fucking weirdo. Um, they're gonna eat us alive. Oh yeah, this is new. We got this Sunday. Mosque. We got the Alistair Duck Sunday, and I love him. I love him. He's special. He's so cute. Yeah, welcome back, Diddy. You weird guy, you girl, you person, they, them, trans person, human. Uh, anyway, they're okay too, Katsaru. By the way, if they say something weird, I'll handle that one. If they continue to be like crazy weirdness, but they're okay. Uh, you when you first came in the chat, you asked me how to sound gayer. So yes, you are a little weird, and I don't mean that in a bad thing, but yes, you are a little weird, Diddy. And if not, why do you have that name? But not to be a little bit of a interesting person. Um, because I remember a lot of stuff. It depends on what size like painting I'm doing. So on like this size, I've been at this for what 2 hours, 40 minutes. So I'm about 3 hours into this one. All total now. Yeah, I'm about 3 hours into it now. So it just depends on the subject matter, the size of the painting, and stuff like that, too. And I'm not ignoring anybody right now. I just can't look up right this second. Hair is so hard, especially stubble like this. Yes, very much, Max. We are all unique and weird in our own way. Uh, yes, I actually do. Yes, I do take commissions. Did he? I haven't had any commissions in a while, but I do take commissions. Like, so this is another painting of mine. Uh, here's some other stuff of mine. Like these take not too long. They take about an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that usually. Uh, hey, Connor, if you're still in here, he's running around. Um, so yeah, but yes, totally do take commissions. Haven't had a commission in a while. Speaking of which, cats, that dude, Art Day Art, blue dude, whatever that wanted this character never messaged me, and I have not seen that person since I drew it. Not that I'm mad at like them for it. I just realized that I did it, and then they're like, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna get the commission thing in next week," and here we are, like 3 weeks later, and it's still I have not heard from that person. Just saying it. I'm not mad at any. I'm not saying anything to be shitty or anything, cats. I just thought about it that I have not heard anything from that person since I actually painted the painting. I don't mind that they're not going to buy it or anything either, because I was going to paint that. I had already been looking at that character before they said it, but I was excited and jumped the gun on painting it beforehand. So that was me. That was a my fault thing. But yeah, I just realized that they're one that hasn't been back. They were one of your people, I think, weren't they? Like, you're one of your Kit Kat Army people that you got to come over and see, check out the channel. Or, what's this already dying? I missed it. I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay. Like how much normally costs? I consider getting one from the Doomslayer helmet. Doomslayer. Like Doctor Doom? Oh shit. I hope they're okay. I did. Doomslayer. Oh yeah, no, I've just noticed. I just now realized that I hadn't seen them in a while. CTD. Okay. Doomslayer. Doomslayer. What is Doomslayer? I know what Doomslayer is, but my brain is not giving me a picture of Doom of that. So, oh, from Doom, right? Doomslayer from like Doom, Doom. Yeah. Okay. My bad, dude. I just thought about it and I was like Doomslayer, Doom. It depends. What size would you want? So 9x12 is going to be more expensive. 5x7 is going to kind of be hard as hell to pull off the helmet and fire and stuff. So it'd have to be about an 8x10, and an 8x10 starts at like it's like 100 and something. Shinobu on here. Eight by 10. Oh, that's wrong. I gotta fix that. We gotta fix that. 120, like 120 for an 8x10. It'd be like 120 for 8x10, and then if you really are interested in commissioning that, go to my website. It's keithwallart.com. On if you're serious about like doing a commission for that. So the link is in the bio or in the description. But shoot me a message on through email there, and I can give you all the information that way too. And if you have like a specific Doomslayer type image that you want as the base of it, you can email it to me that way, and I can work off of that as a reference too. Okay, so 9x12, 9x10, or 9x12, 8x10. It's this much smaller. Do you use metric system or fucking? I don't even know what an 8x10 is in metric, to be honest with you. Like what 8 centimeter or 8 inches in centimeters is, or millimeters or whatever. I think 15 centimeters is like 6 inches. I think I looked at it the other day when Kat said something about your dad got you a canvas that size. I remember like having to Google the what it was and not centimeters. Okay. Anyway, 5x7, 8x10, 9x12, and then I go up from there. So, well, nice, dude. Yeah, definitely hit me up on. You still haven't painted that canvas? Yeah, dude, hit me up on my website. Like I said, it's keithwallart.com, and I'm there's a commission post page, like a commission page for that, and all. Oh, that's fucked. Damn it. Happy little accident. Okay, I gotta go here in about like 3 more. I'm gonna finish this real quick, but I gotta go here in a minute. Oh yeah, 9x12 is looking the best. Awesome, man. Thank you. Yeah, and like I said, just let me know when you're ready. And it takes me a couple hours, but like the turnaround on it might be a day, a couple days. But and then shipping, depending on where you are in the world, is I have to like look at because shipping costs are kind of stupid right now. Speaking of OCs, cats, I need to look at yours one day. What is one of your OC characters, cats, that you would want me to draw? Because I kind of want to draw one of your OCs one day. I know it's not easy. I know your style is not easy, and I know people who have tried in the past quit. But I do want to try it. I think I can. I can. I want to play with one of your OCs one day. Oh yeah, nice. That's not then Washington won't be bad. I'm south of you actually, so yeah, Washington's not bad. I don't know what the shipping cost will be, but it'll be like it won't be too much overall. So I do know that because you're not very far from me. Well, you're like 18, 17-hour drive, but you're not. We're on the same side of the country at least. So oh, nice. Somebody else from the channel is from Washington, actually, or are they from Oregon? Northwest. I can't remember if the other person I'm thinking about is from Washington or Oregon, right offhand. And I know Sleep Token, who I haven't seen in a minute. I hope they're okay. Is from like Washington because he was talking about grunge music and shit one day. So anyway, yeah. I've not done any Doom art either, ever. Like ever have I not. Not afraid of it. I just never did it. All right, so he's done, guys. What do you think, cats? What do you think, guys? And give me a minute, and I'll get the marker count going or counted. I'm not counting that. That doesn't count. Oh, and let's do it this way too. Maybe Ruth. Ooh, okay. I was thinking Scarlet, but or whatever. Not because of that's the one that I can remember mostly. Okay. Well, whatever you would want, Cats, because I want you to pick it. That's part of my challenge in this case, is I kind of want you to pick it. So, yeah. Really close. Really, really close. You're under just a bit, but you're really close. Shit. Good guess, Cats. It's a little bit more, but you're under. Close. Higher. Both higher. Oh yeah, Owl. To fill you in, that's what we do. Marker. That's the thing. I told Blender that he should do it with his pencils one time, but he's like, it's in 100, so it's not. It's crazy. And I can't remember how many blacks he said. Ah, Luna got it right. Pin. Good guess, Luna. Now, here's a hard one for you. What painting number is this? Tank doesn't count. I'm not counting Tank. And the blueberry doesn't count either, even though. Right, yeah, that's what he was saying. Hey, what's up, my hero? Oh, you forgot. Yeah, it's been a minute. Aha, I beat you to it anyway. So today's painting is done. Yeah, we're gonna do a Ziggy Tag time real quick before we go, but and I mean like a quick Ziggy Tag time. Hey, bud. You got scared. You looked up. You didn't see Dad, huh? You're like, oh shit, where'd he go? Oh no! Oh no, Dad! Ah! I don't know what you're doing in the back room, so that's what I'm curious on. I have over 200 and something markers. So, like, my marker selection. plus my marker selection, plus my marker selection, plus more markers, and and all of my markers. And Ziggy, go. Oh, piano. Haha. It is 161. The 161 first painting. Yeah. 161. So, Marker Kingdom and Ziggy. Yeah, I have a lot of markers. There's 120 in the one pack I have. I have 2 packs of those 120s. I have a pack of 72 that I use as spares, and then I have 72 grabbies, and I don't know how many Poscas altogether. So, all right, see you later. Have a good one, Owl. He's walking us, or he's walking me, because he's got the leash in his mouth. So, but anyway, Ziggy. But yep, I'm gonna have to. We're signing off. Come here, dummy. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what I'm gonna paint tomorrow. I might paint a critter. That weird thing with the teeth, but I don't want to paint it because it's got so many teeth. So yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I'll paint something tomorrow. Open to suggestions and ideas. So, and on that note, guys, here we go.